So we didn't steal the pork, but we used it to reform some of the people who have been stealing and who are already in jail. No? By the way, do you know the difference naman, di ba? How many of you think that it's bawal magnakaw sa Pilipinas? Okay. Well, bawal magnakaw ng konti. Okay? Because pag nagnakaw ka ng konti, makukulong ka. But if you steal a lot, I'll stop there, I might get into trouble. I'm hoping that will change soon. No? And I'll still go, even if I tend to wander when I'm speaking, I'll still go to my point. Catalyst for change. It's people in your offices, people who are IT savvy, people who during their breaks take out their cell phones, tweet or Facebook, people who when they go home keep in touch and give government a piece of their mind who is changing this nation. I have to admit to you, in 1998, when I became a congressman, my stand was always line item, no pork barrel. But I didn't think I'd see the day that politicians will be thinking of scrapping the pork barrel system. We're so close. There's still resistance, there's still a fight, but we're so close. And it's because of a lot of factors. But basically, the Lord used, young people, not so young people, but people who are frustrated, but people who have found that we're all connected and that they can use technology not only to better our country, but to better the people who are running our government. So let me encourage you, not only in growing, not only the hyper-growth, Benedict, that you're talking about. No? The hyper-growth should not only be in terms of revenue, in terms of number of seats, in terms of number of people, no? But don't underestimate the power or the power that you are giving your employees and the empowerment that you're giving a new sector now. Remember that Philippine media usually reports the negative. So when you came in and said, you're creating a new group of zombies because they work at night instead of morning, they consume a lot of alcohol, or there are this kind of problems or that kind of problem. Sure, what in life, tell me a profession na walang problema. Diba? Tell me any kind of urban development that didn't cause problems. No? But you always weigh it. No? And generally, would you rather have people leaving our country and all the social problems? I go to Hong Kong a lot, and every time I go there, I try to see our United Filipinos, and I try to see JIL Church, and mostly women, and they're always crying. And I brought lawyers, legal advice. They need counselors more than lawyers. They just want to vent. But lahat ng problema nila, pamilya, asawa, they're sending money and the husband is using money to court younger women or whatever, or they sending money so they'll study, but instead of studying, they just want to buy gadgets and watch TV at home or something, So, good and bad is there, but the transformation, So, if we want to wake up in the year 2020, and we want to see that we're number one in outsourcing, I also believe it's no conflict in seeing that we have a country that has transformed in values, in its finances, a country that doesn't always stumble when we get into the semi-finals, a country that can say that this year I'm champion, next year will repeat, the year after repeat. So congratulations to CCAP. Please continue na magsikap. Please continue despite the challenges, despite the corruption, despite the problems with telcos, etc. You've changed the Philippines so much. Don't stop here. You can change it. Even the telcos. No? Some of you are saying that they're doing so much, but they have to do much more. And what can you do? With text power, with let me finish by this, just to show you how being on real time and all of this is so important. On my way here, my brother Lino, who used to work for Channel 2, but is now in Congress, was texting me, guys, watch Mr. Gabi Lopez on ANC because he's talking about the change in strategy of ABS-CBN because of the digital age. And he used the word component. He said more and more older people, even from the DNE, are buying components. I guess he was referring to tablets, cell phones, smartphones, etc. And before, it was basically AB and young people buying this. But now it's everyone, and even older people. That's why digital TV will also play a very big role. No? So, my wife and I, we're trying to have a promise ko sa kanya the last 10 years. She's 10 years younger than me, but I finally fulfilling my promise to her. So we're trying to have children. So we're going to a clinic. It's in Singapore. And panay Pilipina yung nandun. So you feel like you're in the Philippines, no? And they're updated because of TLC. And when we got in there, sabi ng nurse, Senator, we were watching Chris TV. And you said there that you're looking for a clinic. We prayed na sana you get here. And you're here. So surreal, di ba? I mean, like, you're talking into a camera, not knowing that there's someone else on the other side, in Singapore, and saying na sana you came here. And then when we left, sir, please ask Chris Aquino to sign this, and then when you come back. And I have to thank Chris Aquino in public because she was really so nice. We sent it to her, and she signed it, and I sent it back to my nurse. So now I'm one of her best patients. When we go in, the doctor has clinic from 3 in the afternoon to 12 at night. So there's always a long line, and we always get in first. And there's this Russian interpreter na ang trabaho niya lang is to bring patients. She keeps complaining. No, but she doesn't know that when we get there, we either have pulburon or ensaymada, or we had 2 autographed pictures from Chris Aquino. No? We didn't ask to get ahead of the line, by the way. We didn't ask for entitlement, but it's a Filipino thing. Diba? So anyway, my point is, I took out my cell phone and told her, look at this, you can watch Channel 2. I said, no, you can watch it from the website. No, I said, this is an app. So you just press the app, and then DCRH, CLTV, Channel 5, and ABS, you can watch it. And it also, I tried it on, and I tried it in my house. It's only 3 minutes delay from actual TV. So, tama si Mr. Lopez, di ba? I mean, we're more and more outside our homes, here, etc. I'm sure, if you wanted to watch the hearings, or you wanted to watch, if there was a chase kay Miss Napoles, or you wanted to catch it, it's really the cell phone, and before, napakamahal. But now, even if you have prepaid for 900 pesos, you have unlimited surfing for 1 month. So things are changing, and you're in the midst of that change. So actually, I had a long speech, but that's all I wanted to tell you. But guys, you're changing the world, you're changing the Philippines. Please keep at it, you're a big blessing to us. Magandang umaga po, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for that inspiring Senator Willie Diaz for joining our stage, and for the CCAP members of the board to join our good senator for posterity photos. I have a public confession to make. While I was watching the good senator speaking on stage, and looking up at him brought me back to the memories, got me reminiscing about the very first student mass action that I attended in UP. city. I came from the bundok of Palawan. So I really did not know much about what was happening in the other side of the world, that was Manila, all the political unrest.